Hi, welcome to Property Investing with Abby. My name is Abby. I have a property portfolio that I earn passive income from, and this channel is all about helping you guys do the same. I'm a property educator, business owner, and a mum of two. Today we are talking about renting versus buying, and this is for your own home. Now, I've done both previously. Obviously, a couple of years ago, I went through a divorce. I moved out of the family home that we owned, and I went into renting for a little bit. I then went and bought a property for me and my children to live in. And 2 weeks after we bought it, we had a knock on the door from some plainclothes police officer telling me that the next door neighbour was a paedophile. So we then very quickly had to move again and go back into rented. And now we're currently in the process. I've bought a house and I'm just doing a big double-story extension on the back of it to actually live in, to own. So I've been through the journey of rented, not renting, renting really, really fast because of fear, renting because, you know, I was leaving a big family home that I owned and going into, again, a property that I don't own. And I've been through the cycle of this, and I want to give you my views on it today. Now, there's two sort of thoughts in the world. Entrepreneurs and, you know, quite wealthy people you see say, don't bother owning your own home. You know, it's a liability, it isn't an asset. Stay in rented. Some people you hear from and listen to go, oh my gosh, buy your own home. Renting's a waste of money. So what do you do and what choices do you have? So first of all, I don't think it matters whether you buy or rent. At the end of the day, everybody needs a home to live in. So you need to have that home, whichever way you do it. Now, there's pros and cons for each. So I don't think there's a right or wrong. I think there's pros and cons for each. And I'd like to talk you through them and talk you through why my preference is owning my own home. So let's talk about the pros and cons of buying your own house. What is the pro? The pro is you've got an asset, and it is an asset because when you buy your own home, it increases in value. When my grandparents owned their own home back years ago, they bought it for £7,000, and that was a lot of money, and they had to take out, you know, a really good loan mortgage to be able to do that. They went back on Rightmove a few weeks ago and found that property's just sold for under £300,000. Now, that's over about 50 years, so assets go up in value. Your house increases, and we have short dips in the market, but it increases. So you've got an asset that's going to increase. Owning your own home's a lot cheaper monthly because mortgage payments are a lot cheaper than rent payments normally. Thirdly, it's your own home to do with as you want. You don't have any landlords, you don't have inspections every 3 months, you know, it's your own place, you can decorate it, you can look after it, it's yours, and you know that you're not going to get that dreaded call from your landlord wanting you out the property. You're safe and secure. Now let's look at the cons of owning your own home. You need to find a deposit, and normally this is between 5 and 10% you need of the purchase price, which is quite a lot of money, particularly since the average house price in the UK are about 180,000. So that's quite a bit of money you need. The second con is you're responsible for all maintenance and repairs. There's an issue in the roof, you've got to fix it. Your boiler goes, you've got to fix it. So you've got to keep up with the wear and tear and maintenance of the property. So that's the pros and cons for buying a house. And if you're ready to buy, or if you've bought property and you now want to become a property investor, then come join me for 2 days, our Wealth Through Property event. Links in the description. So renting, let's have a look at the pros. What do I love about being in rented? I love that it's quick and fast and easy. Literally, I can say I want to take this property. A couple of weeks later, you're in. Amazing. Anything goes wrong with the property, it's not you, it's landlord. So your boiler goes, it's landlord. The fence blows down the back garden, it's landlord, you know? So that's the great thing about rented. It's just quick, simple, you're in, you've got a roof over your head. Now, what are the cons of renting? Well, the price, the monthly rent you pay is higher than what you would do if you own. So I think that's a bit of a con. The second con is the safety and security of it, because I know with me as a divorced mum living in a rented house with 2 kids, my biggest fear was at any moment the landlord's going to tell me to move, I'm going to unsettle my children, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. So that can be a bit of a con too, you know, not having a long-term security. And also the biggest con is you haven't got that asset. You don't own that property. So it's going to increase in value. So it's great for your landlord, but you've not got an asset that you know you're going to have for a long time. It's going to really increase in value for when you need it. You know, you are literally it's just like leasing a car. You don't own it, you're just leasing it. So what if you can't afford to buy, but you're sat here thinking, gosh, I really want to own my own home. That sounds great. Well, what you could do is something what we call rent to buy. So rent to buy allows a tenant, and we don't call them normal tenants, you would become a tenant buyer, to go into the property you're going to buy. You rent it for 5, 7, 10 years, be able to save up that deposit as you're renting it, because that deposit, it doesn't stay in your bank account because we know how easy that is to spend. It goes to a special client account and it's saved for you, and you get to live in the property that you're gonna have. While you're living there, you get the full freedom. You get to change it, do what you want with it. You know you've got security. You know your landlord's not going to kick you out, and you're going to buy it at a pre-agreed price in the future. So rent to buy might be something you want to have a look at. Now, due to COVID, due to lockdown, due to people really valuing their home again and living that life, there's never been a better time to buy property. Over the last year, we have seen property prices rise. We are predicting a rise again this year, and that's not going to stop. So if you did buy a year ago, say you bought a property a year ago, on average, your house price will have gone up 10.2% in value, which is mental, isn't it? So there's never been a better time to buy. Whether you're still looking at to buy your first property to live in, or now you're looking at investment properties, the best place we can help and support you is at our Wealth Through Property event. It's a 2-day seminar with me, my mentor, and we give you everything you need to be successful in property. Click the link in the description and come join us. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe, chat with me in the comments, like the video, and I'll see you next time.